92.7 WOBM. It's Elton John stepping into Christmas at 9:13. 48 degrees. We've got some sunshine, partly sunny skies for our Wednesday morning. Joining us right now, we are glad to have with us Claire Pula. She is the bereavement coordinator with Meridian at their home hospice. Claire, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you here. And, this time of year is a very sentimental time of year. It is a time of celebration and holidays. But we're talking about here you may have suffered the loss of a loved one and how to kind of get through, which we always hear people, Claire, talk about the holidays being the hardest time. Is that what you would say pretty much goes without saying?
It is absolutely true that this can be a very poignant, very painful time of year for people who have these memories coming into very sharp focus. And for many people, it's their first time without this particular person in their lives. And a lot of things happen, a lot of memories, and there can be a lot of pain.
Do you find that even down the road, years after, especially if you have a person who maybe loved the holidays a lot that you lost, it brings back those memories, doesn't it? So the holidays can conjure up that feeling of loss, I guess, again and again, if you will.
Yes, and sometimes people in our culture think that we get over a loss fairly quickly, and that's not the way of it at all. Most people do miss their loved ones to various degrees for the rest of their lives. And when there is any kind of milestone, especially something as poignant as these holidays, it brings everything back into very sharp focus.
All right, now the family is going to get together. Let's break it down into some different things that maybe our listeners have sat there and asked themselves or thought about with the holidays here. You're having Christmas dinner. You've had the loss of someone recently. Is it appropriate to go and do this? Is it good, or do you postpone the holiday gathering because you've lost somebody?
Every person grieves differently, and it's certainly true in families. You really see that each member of a family group can grieve very differently from other people in the family. So it's important to talk about it as far ahead of time as possible. And it's important also to give people options. For some people, that continuity is what they really hold on to. It's very comforting for them. For other people, it's so acutely painful that maybe for them it's better to not do it, to either postpone it or to have a quieter time or to go somewhere else for that year and then try it again next year. But very often people find that some kind of combination of the above works for a family gathering, and so it is important to talk with one another about it.
Here's another situation. Let's talk a little bit about this. You're out at the mall and you're shopping, and you pick up a sweater, you pick up a pair of shoes. This would be perfect for so-and-so. And then you realize, oh my goodness, I forgot for a second that person's not with us. Do you hold on to guilt then by not remembering this, or do you blame yourself for not paying attention? I mean, how should you feel? Or is that just normal to have happen?
That is normal. There are definitely those moments of amnesia when someone is so much a part of your life. If you live with them and you see them every day, there are moments throughout the day when you're thinking about other things. And if you live across the country, certainly you're not talking to your loved one every single moment of every day. So those kinds of moments of forgetfulness are absolutely normal. They do take people by surprise, and sometimes people do feel badly about that, but we want to reassure people that that is a part of the process, and also that it's normal also for people to find a perfect gift. And for some people, that can be a really good opportunity to cherish your loved one's memory. If you've already bought the sweater or whatever it is, you can donate it to a shelter. Or if you could take the money that you would spend on a loved one's gift and donate it to a passion or a charity that the loved one particularly appreciated.
We are talking with Claire Pula, the bereavement coordinator with Meridian at Home Hospice. How about children? How do they mourn after a loved one's gone? What do we do as far as the kids here at the holidays if someone's died in the family?
Children do grieve. Sometimes people are not always aware of this because kids have their own ways of reacting to different stressful situations. But whether or not they're talking about it, they are grieving. They know that the person is not there. Depending on their age, they have different ideas about what has happened. So it is important to be clear and honest with them. Sometimes people are trying to soften it by saying grandma went to sleep, but a statement like that might make the child afraid to go to sleep. So it's better to be clear-cut and to use the word dead or died, and to provide a lot of extra hugs and kisses, routine as much as possible, and reassurance. And when the child is ready for more information, the child will let you know. When children ask you a direct question, answer it as best as you can. And so children are going to be able to enter into the traditional holiday spirit probably more readily, but at the same time they will have those moments of sadness and missing the person, and to give them permission to feel whatever it is that they're feeling. And we can model that for them by being honest about how we're feeling, that we might be more tired or more sad than usual, but that's okay, and we can talk about it as a family.
As we get set to wrap up, let's talk about support groups. What type of support groups are available for those going through the grieving process who've lost a loved one?
There are different types of groups around in the area, and Meridian at Home Hospice provides several 6-week groups a year. In fact, there is one starting in the Manahawkin area in January. Also, Ocean Medical Center has a group that meets twice monthly. Riverview Medical Center has an art therapy group for children and young teens. Bayshore Hospital has a group that meets regularly as well. And also, many places of worship in the community have their own groups, which are usually open to the public. So it's good for people to check with their own places of worship. And also, they can go onto our website, meridianathome.com, and follow the prompts to hospice and bereavement. Or you can call our main number, which is 732-750-3750, and we'll be glad to help you out.
Claire, we want to thank you for coming in and talking about a subject that we need to address, a very important one, in helping getting through some tough times at the holidays if you've lost a loved one. And we thank you for the information. Claire Pula, she's the bereavement coordinator with Meridian at Home Hospice. Have a fantastic holiday season, Claire, and thanks for shedding some light on the subject and giving us ways to maybe get in touch with others if we need some help talking about it.
You're very welcome, and have a blessed and peaceful holiday.
The Ocean County Breakfast Show with Shawn Michaels and Sue Moss.
Ocean County